got a question.
I got an answer.
Do you like to date older women or younger women?
I like to date all women, as long as they black. But then again, I might even. Anyway, no. But yeah, preferably older women.
Why is that?
Older women. Because, yep, it's for so many reasons. I put it to you like this. And it's crazy. I was just having this exact same conversation with one of my niggas the other day, right? Because he ain't never dated a girl who was older than him. And everybody always asks me, why you like older girls so much? You literally get everything that you like about dealing with girls your age. I ain't gonna say young women and young girls. That ain't my thing. I know some of y'all, these niggas be 30 years old, but they want to date somebody that's 22. That ain't never been my stilo. To each his own, though. But you get all the perks, all the good things about dealing with younger women with none of the BS. Like you get everything that you like about women with half of the headache.
Okay.
Older women just got things worked out. They got things figured out.
Age don't define wisdom.
They got things comparatively.
Okay.
Comparatively. Give me a girl who 35, 38 before you give me a girl who 25, 28. I'm all right. No diss to my peers now. The young sisters, y'all straight, y'all
Right.
you'll do. Huh? No diss, but comparative. Like if I had to choose,
Yes.
if you give me stack two women beside each other, right? Line them up.
Yes.
One is, I should say 28, because I'm 28. 128, 138. I'm going with 38. Without even a guess.
What is it that you, out of those benefits, what is like your top benefit for dating an older woman?
Stability. Like all the way around. Especially emotional stability.
Okay.
These little young things, listen, these be some of the most smartest, well, I ain't gonna say, anyway, they be some of the most composed and cool and chill and just personalities on all that goes out the window when they feel away. When they become enthralled with whatever situation is going on, when they become infuriated, we talking about sad, mad, happy, any type of emotion that becomes evoked because of whatever's going on, all that mess goes out the window. It's like you turn to a whole nother person.
Okay.
Older women ain't like that. They still feel the same, but they don't react the same. And you ask any nigga, right, any man, they'll tell you their biggest gripe with women in general is how they act or react when they feel away, when they emotional about something. Even though them niggas might be the cause of it. Not saying me, because but just niggas in general, like.
So would you say with age comes emotional intelligence then?
I think with experience comes emotional intelligence.
Okay.
But of course, you experience more the older that you get.
I can see
You dig what I'm saying? So throughout life, everything about life is learning. You learning. That's all you're doing is learning. You should be anyway.
Yes.
So you learn. I think life cycles in 5 years or whatever. From the time you 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. This is how I theorize wisdom and things that you learn. So I'm in the latter part of my 20s, 25 to 30, right? Being 28. At this point in your life, it's a certain way you should be carrying on. And a lot of my peers just don't, up here, they just don't got it. So to answer your question, I think emotional intelligence comes with experience more so than age. I'm talking about if you still putting yourself in situations and allowing situations to affect you the same way when you 30, the same way that you was carrying on when you was 20, that's a problem. That's a problem. You should have learned by now, like, all right, I should do this different. I shouldn't do that. I should probably stay away from people like that. I should actually adhere to them red flags instead of ignoring them, so on and so forth.
Do you think older women?
No, this ain't no interview. Let me ask you some questions.
I'm just asking because you're going on a tangent and I'm listening. Like, go ahead, speak, bro.
I'm gonna ask you. So what type of niggas do you be dealing with? Like, and I ain't gonna tell folks show your age.
I'm not embarrassed.
No, I ain't gonna tell
Oh,
them.
you want to keep it a secret?
Yeah, keep it a secret.
So, I don't know. I've had better relationships with men that are younger than me as far as having fun. Learning new things. I tend to learn new things from guys that are younger.
That's
because,
interesting.
Yeah.
Learning something new from young niggas, that's interesting. I
You
wouldn't
know
have thought
what?
of that.
I learn more perspective. Because the older we get, the more we get stuck in our ways.
Yeah.
And we don't like to see outside of the boxes that we've created
I
for
see that.
ourselves.
True that.
So a lot of times I learn more about just life experience through younger people or through younger guys. I would prefer to date older men, but a lot of times I find still that they have a lot of immaturity.
So I'm gonna flip it back on you then. What don't you like?
Yeah.
What don't you like about? Matter of fact, we just gonna go ahead and split it, right? I want you to tell me what you don't like about older guys and what you don't like about younger guys.
Okay.
And I'm talking about things that's really divisive, like that could be potential deal breakers.
Yes.
Not just stuff that is like it bothers you, but stuff that really, really is like I can't deal with that.
My major thing that I don't like about younger men is their inability to be transparent. A lot of times they don't have their lives together.
Yeah.
And instead of saying that or trying to communicate, they don't know how or they are afraid to, so they lie.
Or they're front, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
They lie.
yeah.
They lie. They hide everything, and then it's like I'm constantly feeling like I'm in a position where I'm trying to fight for something, and it's like, but I can't because you have this barrier up. You're lying to me. You're hiding things from me. You can't be transparent. I'm giving you all of these aspects of my womanhood, my honesty, my truth. I let you know what's up, and I don't get that in return. I cannot stand it.
That ties into emotional intelligence, because if a nigga ain't got certain things going on in his life the way that he should, or the way that maybe from a societal standpoint, everybody feel like you should be at this point in your life at this age, so on and so forth. That pride
Yes.
and that embarrassment is also emotions. So maybe he feel like, and I'm not justifying it, because these niggas is cornballs. Get yourselves together, niggas.
Honesty gets you more things that you really need. It gets you more of what you need than what you want.
Honesty is overrated. I really think honesty is
Really?
overrated. Now,
Why?
me, anybody that know me, and I'm sure you know this about me as well. I'm an honest person. I'm an honest, genuine, thorough person. Like, if you ain't got on the badge and a uniform, I ain't got no reason to lie to you. And I can't tell y'all why that is on camera. But anyway, forget about all that. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. If you ain't got on the badge and uniform, I can be 100% with you.
Yeah.
But in my experience, and as a man, maybe for women it's different, and I'm sure that a lot of other brothers will attest to this, but you don't really get that much different results as you do from telling the truth versus lying. You really don't.
It depends on the person, because some people are so used to being lied to that they don't know what honesty really
That's
is.
and
It's
that's most
sabotage
people
it.
though, Ray. That's most people.
Okay,
With
I'll
most
give you
people, and I was literally just saying this the other day to somebody. I said, how many times you done told somebody the 100% unadulterated, God-honest truth, and they staring you dead in your face telling you lying? But how many times have you lied? It's a bald-faced lie, and somebody believe it to be the truth.
That's true.
So it really don't matter. Like, when it come to honesty, honesty is what you give somebody as far as just keeping it real. What happened, happened. What it is, what it ain't. That's honesty. Telling the truth. But as far as what somebody believes and what resonates with them on a visceral level, that's all about their perception at the time.
That's true.
And most people are not percipient of truth and lives. They percipient of what they feel, whatever they feel like, whatever's going on at the time or whatever.
But I'm gonna tell you why honesty is important to me. Because I'm a very, very understanding person. I've lived life.
Which is a trait of older women. You a little young. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna go in, Ray. You hear me? I'm gonna go ahead and let you do your thing.
I'm a very understanding person. So I understand human activity. We all have lives. We all have dreams and wishes. We all do what suits us best. We always do what we think is best for us or the people around us. So even if you're doing something that could be negative to me, I'm not going to sweat it if you talk to me about it. Communication. So yes, honesty is a big thing. I'm real big on communication. Just talk to me. And a lot of times when we talk, because people are afraid of honesty, there's a fear barrier there. Like if I'm honest with you and I tell you exactly what's happening right now, you have the potential to walk away from me. So I'm going to hold on to this attachment by lying to you.
Yeah.
That is why I like honesty. I don't like attachment. I like being connected, but I don't like being attached.
I feel the exact same way. You give somebody the information, whatever it may be, whatever the situation is, whatever the circumstance is, you give them the information so that they're able to make a decision based on what the truth is. Not based on what you want to tell them, Not based on what you decide that you should or shouldn't reveal. Just tell them the truth. And then with that, they say, all right, I can rock with that. Or I can't. Simple as that. Either you can be with it or you can't. But you niggas out there, y'all niggas, you really got to stop lying. Like, you niggas got to stop lying. Do you hear me? Stop lying. Because you niggas is liars. Lie about everything. Stop lying. Or how about this? Lie about something serious.
Or just, you don't have to disclose all your information. Just don't lie about it. Don't tell a half-truth. Because it's like...
I'm a half-truth teller.
Okay, so this is my thing. Like, say you got something going on. You don't necessarily want to talk about it because you don't feel like it's shorty business. Cool. The communication piece is, hey, I have something going on. I don't feel comfortable talking to you about it, but I do like spending time with you. Can we keep it basic? And let that woman decide if she want to keep it basic.
That's a whole nother level of maturity that a person got to be able to attain to be able to communicate like that, which probably comes with what? Age.
Well, that's why
it's all coming back to that. Like,
seriously, so to that with age, right? I think that in our younger years, we should be in our play mode. Experience, explore, do your thing, relax.
Yeah.
That way you have enough emotional intelligence, mental fortitude, maturity, experience in relationships and with different types of people, so that when it's time for you to date, you can be a little more serious about it and stop wasting your own time, let alone wasting somebody else's.
My best romantic experiences with women, right? I'm talking about beyond friends, have been with older women, 30s and 40s. My best, let me say that to you niggas. I implore y'all niggas to stop. I ain't gonna say stop, right? But just experience what it's like to deal with a woman who knows how to be a woman, who know how to treat a man like a man, let a man. But then again, a lot of you niggas ain't real men. So I might be talking to the wrong group of niggas anyway.
That's the thing.
But bringing it back to me, my best experiences in my love life have been with older women. Women in their 30s and 40s. They know what to do and they know what not to do. They ain't figuring mess out. You 26. All I'm doing is teaching. And they ain't got no children. I might as well have a daughter.
Well, who's going to teach? Somebody's got to teach the young women.
Yeah, I just get tired of it. I get so tired of it because every situation is like that.
I don't necessarily feel like you should get in a position with somebody where you got to fix them, because that's not what we're meant to do. But how are we going to be good influences on people if we don't give people a chance?
I just get tired of it. Honestly, most of the time with girls my age and these 20-somethings, it's kind of like, it's like the bad kid in class that got so much potential. Like, if you just stop talking, if you just stop misbehaving, stop texting underneath the table.
You're supposed to be quiet.
If you stop doing all that, sit at the front of the class, learn
something.
Stay back after school a little bit, you'll probably be the star pupil. Because you got the potential, you got the brain, but you lazy. And you ain't got the type of gumption to be like, you know what? I need to do this for the sake of my overall betterment. Let me go ahead and step up to the plate and see what this learning curve is really like. And I'm just using that whole classroom and student aspect just as a metaphor, but it pertains specifically to younger women. Okay. As the teacher, I don't mind teaching. But it's one thing to be taught and it's another thing to be learned. And if those things ain't being cohesive simultaneously, you ain't really hitting on nothing. And then guess what happens though, Ray? Still standing on the metaphor, right? Now you got to go to summer school. Now you done failed. Now you in the overage class. Now you at the desk asking for extra credit. So on and so forth. Do you hear me? Like, come on now. When all you got to do from jump is be a good student. And I say that humbly. Because ain't nobody trying to son nobody. Ain't nobody's daddy. If I want to be somebody's daddy, I have some churn.
Okay. Speaking of children, because I'm going to get back to what I don't like about dating older dudes.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of children, can you date women with kids?
I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
And that's always a thing.
I'd rather not. But even, you know what it is, though? My two biggest issues, right, with single mothers, and I'm not going to make the single mother thing, is this, I ain't going to make it about that. I know they'll have my head. But my two biggest issues, I don't have no problem with children. I love kids, and I love women. When they come together, it creates problems. And the only two reasons why, just for me, is because of time, and that's a big one, and because of how they raise their children. That's my only issues. Because kids first, automatically. Your children, your children, your kids, your babies, they take precedence over everything in your life. I get that. I was raised by a single mother. You ain't got to tell me that. But when you're dealing with somebody romantically, I need a big chunk of that time as well. You dig what I'm saying? Ray, I'm keeping my composure. I'm finna go in, but I'm gonna be cool about it. So with the whole time aspect, right? It's just not enough time. And I'm not one of these hands-off type niggas. I'm a hands-on type of person. I like to be around you. I like to see you. I like to talk on the phone. We can't even talk on the phone without a bunch of racket in the background. You gotta mute the phone every 5 seconds ago, be hollering it. You always flaking when we gotta get together because the da-da-da-da-da, like, and I done experienced all that several times. And I decided for myself, like, I'd rather not.
A lot of older women have kids.
But at least they, listen, you got a son 10, 15, 20, we good.
Oh, the older they are.
You can turn them loose.
I
He ain't got to be up in our face.
So you could date women with kids as long as they're younger.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as the children are
older. Which older women come with. Most older women, they ain't got 4, 5-year-olds. They ain't got, I mean, they got school age children, but we talking about teenagers, basically. At least preteens and up. You throw on some pizza rolls, they straight. Give them the game, they on the phone. You don't need to be doing a whole bunch of extra type junk. You can leave them in the house by themselves. We can go.
Yeah.
We can leave. Without having to find a babysitter and call your mom or call your girlfriend, do all that. And you ain't got to keep calling, checking on them 30 minutes because they straight.
Yeah.
Just all that whole experience, like, you don't got to deal with that. Or raise your children right. They can talk to you like that. They ain't gonna talk to me like that.
That's gonna be another topic for another day, Nettie.
Basic stuff. Basic stuff.
Cause you gonna go on a tangent.
And look, Ray,
Talking about raising kids right now, that's gonna be something separate.
I feel so strongly about that, man.
And I can understand
and
why.
Everybody really give me hell about it because the only thing that people can ever say, well, you ain't got no kids, so you don't know what it's like. Okay, but ain't nobody ever said. And I done got into contention a whole bunch of times with this, with males and females, people that I know personally, strangers, everybody. You can't never say that what I'm saying ain't plausible. You can never say that what I'm saying ain't valid. If that's your only retort to what I'm saying about that, you know you sound foolish. That's all you can say. Well, you ain't got no kid. Clearly I don't. But I do know what it looked like when a child is exemplary and when they not. When they've been taught basic stuff like being polite, manners, respect. They don't even listen to you as they parent.
Pipe down, Nettie. It's okay.
What
He mad. No, he not mad, but I can tell you passionate.
I mean, it's mad. What you niggas talk? Like, come on now. Like,
I can understand, though. It's not that
I
disagree. It's just that is a whole nother rabbit hole.
To bring it back.
Yes.
Because I don't went off on a tangent for real, like, pardon me. But with that, like, my whole thing, my 2 points is time and women not raising their children right. And those are 2 things that I just cannot deal with.
So, the reason why, or the one thing that I don't like the most about dating guys that are older is that a lot of times I run into men that are 38, 39, maybe 40, maybe 45, and they went through a divorce.
Ooh, divorce.
And now they want to regain their independence, reclaim some of their time, revisit some of those child years, some of those boy years.
They want to basically try to get their 20s back.
Yeah. And I don't have time for that. Like, my expectation in dating a man who is older is like, all right, you're mature, you know how to communicate. You're not looking for more children, because I'm not looking for more children, at least not right now. I don't want to be 35, 40, having another child, unless something happens in the cosmos that causes that to happen. He got to be like the one. That's another topic for another day.
I'm alright.
But, yeah, so usually doesn't want more children. Has his money together, usually. But the expectation of the woman that he's looking for, a lot of times older men are looking for younger women so that they don't feel like they're getting old too.
Yeah.
So it's like a catch-22.
It
It's
really is
like
like a catch
I have to
22.
deal with a man who's gonna make me feel like I'm getting old too fast,
Yeah.
or deal with a young guy who I got to deal with all his bullshit as he tries to mature.
Don't try to mommy me. I hate that. That's one thing that I hate. That's my only gripe with older women. They always want to mama you. I hate that I'm not your son. I don't need you to take care of me. I don't need you to none of that. And you probably got a son my age, and that's cool. That's great. But I hate that so much. Like, I'm a man. But to the defense of the women, right? Most of the time you do gotta take care of these niggas. Most of the time these niggas do be looking for a second mama, whether they realize it or admit it or not. A lot of times that's what it is.
Well, to a woman who is completely independent, to the woman who has established herself, who has everything that she needs, she's looking for a companion.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there are women who will dealing with a guy they got to take care of because it keeps them busy. It keeps them, that nurturing role is there.
Yeah, don't nurture me.
It's not always
That sound crazy,
intentional.
right?
You know what I'm
That
saying?
sound
And I
crazy.
can't
Don't
speak
nurture
for
me.
all. First of all, I do not speak for all.
In my experience, you hitting the nail right on the head.
But
And I'm speaking as the man that's usually in that role.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
I don't know, because I'm getting older, so I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want from someone before I just go out and just date constantly, because I did that already in my,
Yeah.
you know, I can't tell my age, but
Yeah, we're gonna keep that a mystery. We're gonna keep that as a clandestine notion.
But I understand why a woman could be in a position where she would seem a lot more nurturing. I call it nurturing.
So
I know
do
what
you
you're
think-
saying, like mommy and a dude, but it's a nurturing thing. Especially when you get with a guy and he's younger than you, and it's like, I see so much promise. I see so
make me
much
gag.
promise.
That junk.
And all
If somebody
you
say
need is
something like that to
somebody
me,
that's gonna encourage you and pour into
Ray,
you
I'm alright.
and be a good example. But
I'm
I'm
alright.
just attested to why, because I've been there before where I dated a younger guy and I felt like I needed to encourage him and be supportive, be there if he needed it. It wasn't a money
Let me ask
thing.
you this: have you ever dealt with a younger man, a young black stallion, young bull, who was solid, like who was, I ain't gonna say complete, cause you ain't never really complete, but for the most part, who had his self together and got his life together as well, cause that's two separate things. Some folks got their life together, but they ain't got their self together. Some folks got their self together, but they ain't got their life together. So have you ever dealt with a nigga who was on that type tip? He good before he get to you. He don't need or want none of that. He just wants you as a woman. He desires you individually. He don't want or need the nurturing, as you call it. Because I still call it mothering. But for the sake of contextualization, we'll call it nurturing.
Unfortunately, not at any age. I attract men that are not together.
So wait. That right there is going directly into my next point about the types of men. Types of these niggas.
I'm not blaming y'all. It's obviously me.
No, it's the nigga's fault. It's the nigga's fault. And I say, look, it's crazy, right? Because I say this all the time. As hard as I am on women, and I know what y'all say about me. Anybody that know me, I'm hard on the sisters. But I'm even harder on the brothers, though.
Okay.
I defend the brothers. I always go to bat for my niggas. The brothers. But a lot of every single problem, and I'm going to say this vehemently, right? Every single problem that women got was caused by a man. Literally, every single one. Maybe not the man that you was romantically involved with, but guess what? You got brothers, daddies, friends, uncles. Every single one comes from a man.
I was raised to believe that the responsibility, or that my father used to say that if a man ain't no good, it's because women allow him to be.
Yeah, that too.
So he would basically say, like, it's up to me to withhold my standards and force a man to either comply with what I have as my baseline, or only date what can meet my baseline. But then that leaves me single.
Yeah. which comes back to what we was talking about. Well, matter of fact, I ain't gonna go bring it back. It's a matter of levels. So bringing it to that learning curve we was talking about, right? You can definitely deal with, and I'm gonna break this down from a numerical standpoint. Let's say that a person is at a level 8. My conception is that everybody, regardless of what level you on, high or low, even if you were level 3, you deserve to be with somebody in that 2, 3, maybe get you a 4, if you're lucky. If you a 3, you don't need to be aspiring for no 6s and 7. Is you crazy? And the 6s and the 7s, what they gonna do with a 3? And I'm just breaking that down numerically, just as an analogy, but what it comes down to is levels. Realizing the level that you on and realizing the type of level that you need to complete your cipher. I say, let's just spitball, right? Let's say I'm an 8.
All right, Nettie.
Let's say I'm an 8, right?
You're 8.
I'm only looking for, at the very least, a 7. And not on no grading scale like looks or she or the overall, like your total package. The old time honored adage of what do you bring to the table. When we answer those questions, that's how you get your number. That's how you get your number. Who you is as a person, as a woman, as a man, as a person, that's what you grade yourself on.
So with that, why is it that we are condemned when we don't accept less as women, and we're treated as we're portrayed as the ones who are hard on the brothers? We don't accept nothing. We got all these extra standards, and we're asking so much of them, and we don't bring nothing to the table but sex. And
Well, yeah, that's
why are we portrayed that way and often left behind just because we want somebody to be better?
because this literally it's crazy, right? Because this goes directly into what you just said about basically what you have to make a person be, what you gotta, your standards that you uphold. With most women, niggas don't gotta be of a certain standard. They don't. So when you finally come across a woman who held you to that standard, her own standard, because this is what she used to, this is what she bring to the table, so you gotta bring this as well. If you ain't used to that, because most of these girls, they let you get away with murder. You ain't gotta be a good man. You ain't gotta be a real nigga. You ain't gotta be solid. You ain't gotta be good in bed. You ain't gotta be able to communicate well. You ain't gotta keep no money in your pocket. So on and so forth.
That I'm exuding.
Like most of the time, that's the case. So then when you finally come across a girl, she like, well, you ain't cutting it. Then it's like, dang man, you OD'ing. I thought we had something going. Why you tripping on me? So on and so forth, because you ain't making the cut.
I'm triggered.
So I think that's what it comes down to though. Like it's kind of like if you were an athlete, right? And you was playing for this team and the coach never demanded nothing of you. And then you playing for a whole new coach and you got to stay for the whole practice. You got to do this and this and this and that. You got to work out with all the things that you should be doing anyway. Now it's like, dang, you might not want to play for that team no more because it's hard. And the whole time, all it is a step up. That's all it is. But most niggas, they just never had to be better than what they is because women accept too much from niggas. And I say that in all honesty. These niggas ain't got to be worth 2 dead flies smash. And they'll still be all up in the crib, being treated like a king.
Dancing
and they ain't
in the
even
videos.
Exactly. And they ain't even a court jester, but they getting treated like a king. So who fault is that?
Like my daddy said, he said it's the woman's fault.
It's the woman's fault. And that's one of the very few things that I solely place blame on the women when it comes to that.
I don't like to blame a sex. I don't like to blame women for men's troubles. I don't like to blame men for women's troubles. I really like to keep people accountable. Like, you are responsible for what you accept.
Like as an individual.
As an individual. So as a man, if you are accepting constantly women who are less than, then you can't be mad if you don't You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting better. And that's why I say I don't blame men for my troubles, because I realized what I accepted and the shit that I let slide for
Yeah.
a very long time.
Yeah.
And now I'm so tired that it's like, meet somebody new.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Another point. Another point is that niggas be finding out what you used to. So don't how you is this gonna sound crazy,
like
right?
this.
How you gonna bring your high standards to me? And this ain't me, this ain't my conception, but this is just in the mind of a lot of men. This is how niggas really be thinking. You done put up with this and that. The nigga did this to you, let it rock, you let that slide, da 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 da. Now you get to
So
me.
I should be good.
Now you get to me, and it's like, I gotta step my game up when all these other niggas didn't. As remedial as that sound, right? As immature as that sound, it kind of got a little bit of fairness to it.
So when do you ever get a chance to start wanting better?
You should.
But that's my point. So if we're gonna say that, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, it's a shitty way of thinking, but it's like, oh well, you can understand it. It's like, okay, so when as a man or woman, when can you want better? You gotta keep wanting less because people feel like, well, you accepted less before. I don't give a fuck what I accepted before.
Wanting better
I'm not
is one
accepting
thing.
that shit no more.
Wanting better is one thing. Deserving better is another thing.
So who are you to gauge what I deserve?
Your level. Your level. Simple as that. And that goes back to what I was saying about whatever level you on, whether you're on a high level or a low level. The level that you on, that's your sphere. That's the realm that you should be operating in.
Okay, so I'm on
Even the level 8.
I'm on level 8.
You can't get no 12.
I'm on level 8. I'm used to dealing with level 3 and 4.
Why you gotta be on my level?
Because I need to,
That's on my level
I'm
8.
just trying to, I mean, because, I don't want to tell people how old I am. I don't want to tell them where I'm at because I don't want nobody
I got
pulling
you.
up.
I got you.
I'm cool.
I'm with you.
So, I'm on level 8.
All right.
I'm used to dealing with level 3 and 4. Maybe a random 6. And now I want me a 9.
What you deserve. Because you on the level 8, you can get you a 9. You deserve a 9.
I want me a 9. But when I get to the 9, he like, you used to dealing with all that other stuff. Why I got to, So I'm supposed to just suffer?
It's kind of like a Carfax report.
Boo. Boo.
It's kind of like a Carfax report.
Boo.
And it ain't right, but understandably so. It ain't that wrong either. It ain't that wrong. And especially, how about this? Depending on how far removed you is from it.
Okay.
Like how long ago
Okay.
was you dealing? You was
I
just
can give you
dealing with
that. I can give you
a
that.
broke, no good nigga with 4 baby mamas that didn't even return your phone calls 2 months ago. Now you coming over here like come on now, come
And
on
it's
now.
not to say that my mans with 4 baby mamas don't deserve love.
They don't. You don't, nigga.
Why?
They don't. You don't, nigga.
He can't want better.
You done sold too many wild oats, nigga. Y'all niggas better curb them. Listen.
I was trying to give y'all a brain, but Nettie said no. So
Listen, I think that I wish we could just separate single parents and let them be together. All you baby mamas, all you baby daddies, y'all go mix y'all families up and move to one side of the country. And all the single folk with no churn, no baggage, we come over here and we do our thing and let's congregate. Cause that way you ain't gotta deal with the nigga with 4 baby mamas, ain't gotta deal with the nigga with 2 baby daddies and 4 churn. I'm alright. How you got?
you have rendered me speechless.
How you got?
Spaghetti
These
nigga.
some of these you got more churn. You ain't old enough to have as many churn as you got.
Listen.
Lord, they gonna
But
hate me
that's
for this one, and I'm
because-
still holding my tongue.
That's because people don't understand sex. And I'm not going to go on that tangent right now because that is a whole nother 2-hour segment.
It is.
But that's because people don't understand sex. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Y'all, this is the main objective. Well, I'ma always be real about it and don't never care how you feel about it. Straight like that, though. So, I'm gonna just say this, to kind of wrap things up, right? My best experience, because you done took the conversation to a whole nother place.
That's why I was like, let me
My
stop.
best experiences romantically in my love life has always been with older women. Not saying that I had bad experiences with younger women, but comparatively, my checklist, as we were just talking about, my standards, my levels, older women meet that
Yes.
far more easier than younger women. I don't gotta teach older women. We can rock, like we can build together.
Okay.
But I'm not teaching. I ain't got time for that. Well, I do got a lot of time for it because I'm a young nigga, but I'd rather not. I'd rather date a girl with a 10, 12, 13-year-old son than 2, 3-year-old son. We can't even watch the movie. This joker come sticking a cup in your face, shaking the nigga, get out of here.
Y'all done shook his table.
Nigga, you got to leave. I'ma tell him. Cause you got to go. Where your sister at? Go in the room. Get out of here.
And my best experiences, if we're talking about on a love and passionate level, is dating older men. But if we're talking about on a physical level and experience and having like an enjoyable good time, it's been with younger men.
But it is some, look, I'm gonna say this. It is a few gems that's in these 20-somethings.
It is.
But the reason why is because they done been hip to the game by a nigga like me. Because they have been under the tutelage of a nigga who is solid, all that type junk. A nigga who got himself together.
A good village.
A village of men.
There are some older women that pour into young women. And
Who they get it from, Ray? Who do these women get it from? If they is able to pull.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a direct line.
But who do they get it from, though? Because it's all residual for real, for real.
Yes.
Man.
I'm not saying that there aren't young women who are not influenced by men. But I'm talking about there are some of us in a young age who had a good village and had women around them that really supported them and gave them the real, honest truth about this experience, the relationships and all types of stuff. I know a couple women.
Where they get their game from?
You're going too far. I'm talking about direct line
From
of contact.
men. It's all residual. It's all residual.
You just want to be right.
It's all residual. I mean, if I elevate you, right, and you elevate the other women around you, whether it's daughters, sisters, aunts, cousins, whatever, technically I'm still the elevator because of the residual knowledge and the root that it done took in you.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep.
It's a fact. As a man,